Good evening, I'm David Butterfield.
And I'm Nora Johnson. This is ABC News.
We begin with an update of a news story we've been following for some time now, and that is the Antioch Coded in Love coat giveaway.
Reporter Timothy Partlow caught up with first-year coordinator Casey Higginbotham and asked about this year's results.
Yes, and here she is now. Tell us, Casey, how did the event go this year?
I think it was a huge success. Antioch contributed everything that we needed for the giveaway, and we had lots of families show up to actually get coats.
And how many coats do you think you gave away?
We gave away 847 coats, so there were lots of families here in Antioch who got some warmth for the winter.
And were you pleased with this outcome?
Absolutely. I couldn't have asked for a better group of people volunteering. Lots of people contributed to this, and the day of the event was great. We know people got what they needed.
Okay, thank you for your time. Now back to the studio.
Timothy, could you ask Casey if she plans to coordinate next year's drive?
Oh, if you'd like. They want me to ask you if you plan on coming back next year.
Absolutely.
Okay, now back to you in the studio.
Great job, Timothy.
We'd also like to update you on an exclusive news story we brought you earlier about the proposed mission trip to Nicaragua. Our seemingly lone reporter, Timothy Partlow, asked community minister and trip organizer Jose Nieto for the details. Timothy?
Yes, thank you, David. So, Jose, tell us about this mission trip.
Well, we're very excited about going to Nicaragua, to the little town of Chacaraseca, and we'll be bringing a team of about 20 to 22 people. We'll have a gospel meeting, and the team will be helping distribute flyers. We'll be having children activities during the preaching of the gospel meeting. We're going to have ladies' classes. We're going to be working on building some restroom facilities for the church. So there's a lot of stuff that's going to happen. We will probably want to have fun, maybe go to a volcano. It's going to be awesome.
Well, good luck on your mission trip. That sounds incredible.
Thank you.
And now back to the studio. And I must say, Nora, tonight you look better than a bucket of KFC at a church potluck.
Thanks, Timothy.
Thank you, Timothy. Plans are now well underway for Antioch's Winter Flame event, the annual marriage enrichment retreat held in Pigeon Forge. This year's edition will be held in a new location, the Riverstone Resort and Spa.
With so much to do and see in the Gateway to the Smokies and featured speakers Russ and Donna King, this year's Winter Flame promises to be a heartwarming event in the middle of a winter wonderland.
Now for some developing news. The Antioch Shepherds have taken bold steps to protect and secure the flock since the recent outbreak of violence on church property. Agape Tactical Consulting worked up a full assessment of the church property and its security procedures, and presented their findings and recommendations to church leaders.
Not only were the recommendations for Sundays and Wednesdays, but each day of the week. We're calling this story Sanctuary Security.
In what has long been considered sacred territory, praying from the pews has recently been turned into preying upon those who fill the pews. I'm here with Stephen Bridges, one of several shepherds at the Antioch Church of Christ. Stephen, we'd like to know what prompted the recent formation of a security team.
Simply current events. For too long, we've taken our safety on Sunday for granted, and with recent events in mind, we decided to take action.
What would you say is the shepherd's top priority?
Well, the main thing is to ensure the people's safety.
With that in mind, we at ABC News thought we'd show you how the new security measures look. With me is our security marshal, John Marshall. John, how are these measures being implemented?
Yeah, well, each week we're confiscating dozens of weapons from those that want to take it upon themselves to do what we've been commissioned by the elders to do. These people desperately wanted to be on the security squad, and they just couldn't pass the rigorous physical requirements. They just need to leave it to the professionals. You see, we've gone through minutes and minutes of training to learn how to get the job done. You wouldn't believe the collection of contraband we've confiscated in just 4 weeks since we began this process.
One can only imagine.
One of our biggest safety concerns is over-aggressive solicitation.
Wait, say that again?
You know, solicitation. When kids come right up to you and they want you to buy their candy for their new band uniforms or cookies for their scout troop. Although I really like those Thin Mints. Or national cheerleading competitions, or summer mission trips. The list goes on and on and on. Members have to run a gauntlet just to get inside of the building sometimes. I mean, they're relentless. And the parents...
Sponsor my kid!
They're even worse. There's a lot of activity you just need to stay on top of. And I can assure the congregation of one thing, old Marshal John is up to the task. Hey, you kids, quit running in the lobby. You see what I mean? You've got to stay on top of these things. The main thing is to keep these people in line.
The main thing is to ensure the people's safety.
I said, we're up to the task of crowd control, and we will get the job done one way or another.
Just bear with us while we work the bugs out. With the Lord's help, we'll be able to worship in a safe environment.
And on that, we can all agree. Back to you in the studio.
Back for another visit is our old friend Grumpy Old Man. Good evening, Grumpy.
Evening yourself. You know, I've been watching you, Sonny, every night, and I've come here to teach you a little bit about chemistry.
Chemistry? Oh good, I minored in chemistry.
Not that kind of chemistry, you dope. I'm talking about you and Nora. On-air chemistry, Sonny boy. You gotta know when to strike. You have a fancy for that gal, and she wanna like you back. I can tell these things, but no one finds jealousy attractive. Keep an eye on the other fellows, but don't be distracted by them. You gotta make yourself the most desirable rooster in the henhouse. Comb your hair, brush your teeth, and deliver the news. Read it like you're Ron Burgundy. Now that's an anchorman I admire.
I'll do my best, sir.
Now there you go again. Your best is not good enough. You gotta find another gear. You gotta dig deep, and you gotta get better. Even get better or become bitter like me.
Okay. What else is on your mind?
Christmas.
Well, good. Everyone's got their mind on Christmas. What about it?
All this hustle and bustle. What happened to just taking it easy? Relaxing over the holidays, watching one of the classic Christmas movies like Holiday Inn or It's a Wonderful Life. Not some lame movie about a vacation with an actor named after a car. When I was your age, everyone would go out and wait in the snow. They'd be getting frostbite and their tongue would fall out from the freezing cold. But they'd get a present and they liked it. They loved it. When we'd get home, we'd get a present for no more than $10 for our family members. We'd take one and we'd give it to them, but we all had to wait our turn. And I was always last. It was excruciating. But I liked it. I loved it. It just made my new toy all the more precious. No free-for-all like there is today. Maybe that's why no one gets along with anyone else. No patience for the other guy. Make a note of it, Sonny.
I will.
And bring back Bing Crosby.
Thank you, Grumpy, and Merry Christmas to you. Well, folks, that's all the time we have for you tonight. Now back to the studio for more Christmas at Antioch.